October 2024, Hurricane Milton, Category 5, highest you can go. Biggest and worstest category of all. Honking around the bottom end of the United States. Gulf of Mexico or America, depending on your proclivities. The winds got up to 285 kilometres an hour, which is between 4 and 1 million miles per hour. 180. It was the fourth most intense Atlantic hurricane on record. And pressure level was apparently the equal highest it's ever been in the Gulf of Mexico. Equal with the other highest one, which was Hurricane Rita, 2005. Killed 45 people, at least. 35 billion in damages. So it was big, and it was nasty. And it wasn't that long ago. But it was also unusual. Apparently, it followed a very, as they call it, unconventional path. It went from west to east, which is really, really unusual for hurricanes, particularly in that area. And this was almost certainly at least partially related to climate change, and its intensity was almost definitely related to climate change. So all we need is just another indicator to say maybe we should do something about climate change. Or was it? Because it could have also been a cunning plan by deep state Democrats and the most malevolent of all scientists, meteorologists.
It's time for a little bit of science.
Yes.
I'm Will Grant, Associate Professor at the Australian National University in Science Communication.
I'm Rod Lambert's a 30-year veteran of science communication, but I have the mind of a teenage boy.
And today, I've got some nature sounds for you. Sounds from animals, sounds from plants.
Ooh, I got a little bit of fun with animals, but they also kind of morph into kitchen appliances.
I've got AI's not for that.
That's a big category.
I did my high school book review for you of Adam Becker's More Everything Forever. I'm going to tell you about that.
It's sitting right there.
Oh my God.
Hidden cunningly under that keyboard partially. Nice job. What an exciting whatever time of day it is you're listening, listeners.
Exactly the time that it is, though.
It is exactly the time.
Like it's right now. Like right now. That's the thing you know about podcasting. It's right now.
But that's not about time. Einstein might fight with you.
Well, Einstein hadn't invented podcasts yet.
Or time. Oh, no, he had done. So, yeah, Hurricane Milton. When it was fomenting and starting its journey towards the land.
Do they foment?
Yes. In the
Foment?
They foment in the firmament.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it's an official, non-official term.
I thought they leavened. Or
leavened?
Or they prove. You got to leave them out to prove for a bit in the ocean.
They do expand, that's true. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, so it was doing this thing. This is heading towards land early October 24.
So hang on, you just said it went backwards.
Yeah, it went in the wrong direction, or a very unusual direction. Normally they go the other way. This one went, right to...
Screw you guys, I'm going not like
this
you.
Away. Yeah, I'm Milton. I've had enough shit about my name as a child. Now that I'm a grown-up hurricane, I'll do whatever I want.
Love you all, Miltons, but it's not the toughest sounding name.
No, but it's one of those many names that when you're a kid, you get a whole bunch of crap for it, and then you become an adult and you become cool at something. It's like, oh, Milton's a pretty cool name, actually.
Yeah, that's fine.
So many names are like that. October 2024 was also very close to election time. Coincidence, of course. But of course, also there was a surge in allegations that meteorologists and government agencies were deliberately creating, steering and or intensifying storms. You would remember this, I'm sure.
So just meteorological agencies normally entrusted with understanding and predicting the weather.
Yeah.
But instead there's an accusation that they're making the weather. Making the weather.
Meteorolomancers. They were doing the manipulations. So for some people, what I love about this is a proof of the fact that this was going on was because it travelled this unconventional path. That couldn't have been climate change or something else. It was proof that they could actually manipulate it and send it in non-normal directions.
So they would do that why?
Well, to mess with the election and to trash red states. Duh. I mean, hit Florida hard.
A lot of hurricanes hit Florida hard. Like Florida is in the hurricane.
See, that's what they want you to think. This is the first one to ever hit Florida.
Okay.
Category 5. Yeah, look, and the claims, obviously, they came from the fringe and they started to move more mainstream. And famously, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the most Australian bogan version of an American politician I've ever seen. Every time I see her, I go, you're straight out of traditional Bougainville in Australia. Not Bougainville in Papua New Guinea, of course. It's a different place.
Yeah.
The Ville of Bogans. Anyway, she basically said things like this. Yes, they can control the weather. It's ridiculous for anyone to lie and say it can't be done.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
Which side are you going to come out on this, just so I know which way my emotions to go?
Oh, I'm against meteorologists. They're monsters, the lot of them. I've never met one I didn't fear.
Okay.
They're terrifying people.
Okay.
Also, her rhetoric, as they put it, implied it might have been engineered to have an effect on the election. And others, of course, also implied. And by implied, I mean may have directly said. So that's cool. So, of course, in the wake of this, one of the quotes is, shockingly common, a number of threats and types of threats started to emerge aimed at meteorologists, meteorological areas, etc. Obviously.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, it's them. Because this idiot said so. It's a conspiracy, it always is. So things like destroy all their radar equipment.
Oh, okay, all right.
Kill those who created the hurricanes, and those people should stop breathing. Could mean anything. What they mean is, I don't know, meditate a lot.
Well, I mean, kill those who created the hurricanes.
Sure.
Well, I'm just saying, just pause, pause.
Yeah.
If someone was creating hurricanes, then not saying killing is the solution, but that it does seem like an evil.
It's one solution.
An evil mastermind taking over the world, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we should take drastic action if someone is creating hurricanes. So I'm just buying a little bit into into not their causal logic, but where things go once they've got that.
Well, that's because you're a reasonable man who thinks things through. So James Spann was a meteorology guy in Alabama, and he reported being inundated with messages demanding things like he stop lying about the government controlling the weather or else.
Okay.
And his experience was not uncommon. And I remember hearing about this at the time and thinking, death threats to meteorologists? What? It's like getting angry with people who make sandwiches or I don't know, read. Like, what are you talking about?
Give you useful information. Like this is the thing it comes down to.
Yeah.
They're giving useful information and people are angry at them for that useful information.
Yeah, because it's their fault. They're not just handing over information. They're creating the circumstances under which such information is necessary.
People have long said don't shoot the messenger. But if I was like, evil dictator or barbarian king, like I feel like it would be satisfying. It's a bit at the beginning of Gladiator, where they sent a message and the messenger comes riding back headless on a horse, tied to the horse, and I'm like, I can understand that.
Well,
our message is no.
Barbarian king. I mean, you had me at barbarian king. I found it hard to listen because I was just imagining being a barbarian king.
You got stuck on barbarian king.
God, I'd be good at it. Oh, I'd make such a good barbarian king. I'd be dead by now, but
yes, you would.
Extremely dead, actually, and probably in a terrible way. Anyway, it was not uncommon for people in his profession to be abused this way. So heaps of meteorologists, they said they were severely harassed. There was vandalism of their offices, their cars, houses, I believe, intimidated, and indeed direct death threats. Literally people threatening to kill them, which sounds crazy, right? Because there's no way we can change the weather.
Is this going to be a spoiler where you say climate change?
No, I'd never say.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Yeah, they don't think about that one. Though.
Okay, not that one.
That's the one that doesn't count. That's what I love about this. So you've got another guy, Matthew Capucci. He's a Washington, D.C. meteorologist, nearly 50 years of experience in the game, in the trade, on the tools. He says an average hurricane's life cycle burns through the energy of roughly, let's say, 10,000 nuclear bombs.
Sure. That's obviously. How many horsepower is that? How many?
It's like 10,500 horses.
Fine. I'm just used to converting. Or Sydney Harbours. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's 1 billion Sydney Harbours
worth
of energy and horse weight. Horse meat.
I just feel like I get like an average hurricane is 10,000 nuclear bombs. It's like, okay, that's a lot. Okay, cool, guys, that's great.
So what they just say is really huge. Christ, it's big. He said, so the idea that we could influence something like that, never mind direct it, is so outlandish it's almost, sadly, funny.
Yeah, but surely there's some sort of new modern tech.
We tried.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about, I think I told you a story years ago about a dude who tried to bomb the sky to change the weather. Or did you tell me?
Yeah.
Who told who?
Yeah, in the olden days. But definitely, folk have tried.
There were stories, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a project called Storm Fury. They tried to weaken tropical cyclones by flying aircraft into them and seed them with silver iodide. That was in the 60s through
I mean,
the
that's
80s.
but that's just cool cowboy stuff.
Yes, it
like
is.
that's just like, who cares if it works or not? This will be fun to try.
We're airmen. We have no wars to fight. We've got to do something dangerous.
Get
and
inside
dashing.
a hurricane and drop some chemicals.
Yeah, drop some chemicals in there, which allegedly would super cool the water in the storm to freeze it and disrupt the structure of the hurricane. Yeah, it didn't work. But as you say, I mean, of course, we have managed to change the weather. It's called climate change, you people.
Buffoons.
Buffoons, that's it, you buffoons. But of course, that's not acceptable. We have to go back to the evil meteorologists, the true evils of this. So a woman called Katie Nicolau, she's in Detroit, meteorologist. She says, I put on armour every day to try to go online and make sure people aren't saying things that could harm responses, as in messages to evacuate, letting helpers in, etc. She said she's had to fend off rumours that meteorologists should just use giant fans to blow the hurricanes away.
Yes, of course. Just use some giant fans. Why don't all of those wind turbines just turn them on backwards?
Yeah.
And
suddenly they are good.
Problem solved.
Yeah. Except they need a power source, which is the hurricane. It would suck the power out of them. To convert the hurricane.
I mean, obviously, the thing that it's just the understanding of energy in the Marjorie Taylor Greene types. Like, I think your point there about the 10,000 nuclear bomb, it's just off the charts. Like, it's just we have no capacity to generate whatever it would be that would stop the wind blowing at that scale.
No. And stop is a big word. I mean, I'm sure we'd change it. Let's say we had our 10,000 bomb and we went in the middle of a hurricane.
Yep.
There would be an effect.
Yes.
Would it be, oh, cool, it just stopped? I'm thinking no. I'm thinking there may be secondary and maybe even tertiary effects. So, she says she puts on the armour and she says, look, rumours that they should do this was ridiculous, but she's trying to somehow, because she wants to help and also as a scientist, she wants to get the truth out there, and of course that's a problem. She says, look, you get a person arguing that a hurricane turns into a tornado at a Category 6 and your brain short circuits. Number of problems with that, including there is no such thing as a Category 6.
Yeah, I mean, but only because the scale is human and we've got to a certain point.
But it's still like they're going, well, it's freaking Spinal Tap. Well, this one must be 11. And you're like, all right.
Well, I mean, Category 5, and I'm not getting the exact definition here, is any winds over a certain amount. Like it's
Plus, I think pressure comes in.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
And smell.
But it's above a certain. It's not like it goes and
there is no possibility of exceeding. But also the relationship between hurricanes and tornadoes, I started reading about it and then I went, I don't think I'll get it well enough to translate it. But bottom line is the relationship is, let's say, not straightforward.
Oh, they're different things.
They are different things. James Spann again, dude I mentioned a bit earlier, he said, look, misinformation has gotten so out of control, it's distracting meteorologists from doing their jobs, which is a real problem. They don't get a chance to actually do the, hey, warning, people be safe here. Get ready to flee, or now that you are fleeing, this is the direction to go.
And just to remember here, that I mean, yes, obviously we employ meteorologists all the time around the world, everything, and we want them for your day-to-day, do I need an umbrella?
Yep.
And farmers want them for their long-term crop planning
Do
and stuff.
cows need an umbrella?
But you know, one of the critical functions is time to bug out.
Yeah,
100%. Shit's going really bad.
Yeah.
We need that function in society.
Yes. Instead, they're doing things like having a go. He said he posted on Facebook, for example, public service announcement that went viral, asking people to stop flooding his page with conspiracy theories. It's like, could you just leave the zone clear for me to help people live?
No, we can't.
And of course, that went viral.
We can't.
Like, look at this guy.
We can't.
Yeah, I know. You fucking. So mental health is an issue for workers now. So for meteorological types, they're saying that they work sometimes with only 2 or 3 hours of sleep for weeks in a row when things getting heavy. Then you deal with these threats coming in, it beats you down. Matthew Capucci said in the time of this was going on in October, he was being interviewed, hadn't slept in many days, totally exhausted. The past week he'd received hundreds of messages from people, accusing him of modifying the weather and creating hurricanes from space lasers.
Yeah, of course.
They had to get there.
Were those space lasers made by any particular race of people?
They were a religious sect, if you will. George Soros, Jewish hurricane controlling space lasers. I've said too much. It's horrifying. It's horrifying what's going on. But look, I'm going to leave the last comment here. I think it's good. Katie Nicolau, I mentioned earlier, she summarised it best. Murdering meteorologists, she tweeted this, won't stop hurricanes. I can't believe I just had to type that.
We can't have nice things. We can't have nice things.
We really can't. And we can't have meteorologists either.
You know what? Those of you out listening who might want to blame the messenger, blame the meteorologist for the weather, just pause. Just pause.
Yeah.
And think about it.
Have a little think about it.
They're the messenger.
Take a moment. Step back. Have a moonshine or whatever it is you do.
I'll come to your point about energy in a little while. I want to tell you a couple of little stories from the world of nature, from the sounds that exist in nature. The first story, it covers the sounds that animals make during courtship, special times. It's the dating sounds.
So it's like that sounded like, I was just wondering if maybe you'd like to, maybe get some food or something at the same time as me.
Yeah.
That's how chimps do it.
Basically. The version of would you like to come over and watch Netflix or something like that. Now, we've known for a long time, and this is pretty obvious, that the animals that make courtship sounds have preferences in amongst themselves. Bullfrog, classic, it's got the big croak. Certain types of croak indicate to the ladies of the species, okay, that's the bullfrog.
That's the dude I want.
Now, well, we don't necessarily know what it's necessarily indicating. If it's purely sexual selection, like it's just showing, I have the croak that will get the ladies, so come to me, ladies, and your children will get. Or is it maybe it's indicating
more like a CV?
Yeah, like it's indicating my croak indicates how powerful my other muscles are, or something like that. We don't quite know that.
My croak indicates how powerful my other muscles are.
Yeah, no doubt.
Panty dropper, that one.
Yeah, exactly. I have the powerful croak.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
So there's been a wondering it's gone all the way back to Darwin. Darwin said, it's weird that, brightly coloured butterflies, they obviously are brightly coloured to each other, and that attracts them. But why are they brightly coloured to us? Like
coincidence.
We're not meant to be attracted to butterflies, but we look at them and go, man, that's pretty.
Pretty, let's eat it.
So these scientists from McGill University said, I wonder if we humans can spot the sexy croaks out there of animals.
That's awesome.
We can tell the difference. And they got a bunch of different species.
How in the hell do you get to volunteer to do this study? Because I'm there for every other one they do.
Well, they got a fair few, 3,800 participants.
Excellent.
They got a bunch of different species. So they've got birds, they've got mammals from big mammals to mouse. They've got they have frogs, bunch of different frogs. You want that. But they've got things like crickets and fruit flies and canaries in there. And what these are, they know in advance the preferences in those species. So they know that the boys and the girls like that kind of thing of the canary.
Okay,
whatever it is.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Can humans tell which one is sexier?
They cannot.
No. Humans can absolutely tell the sexier one out of all.
Really?
Of the, yeah.
That's a canary I want a piece of.
But we can tell the difference. We can tell which one is the sexy bullfrog.
Does that correlate with any intimate feelings on behalf of the participants in this study?
They didn't go into that.
See, that's phase 2. They've got to get on with
that must be phase 2. So yeah, they got 3,800 participants.
Far out.
And then they'd give them 110 acoustic stimuli, so basically the mating calls,
noises
from non-human animals. And
I love the way they have to say that. Like, we know what you mean. Animals.
Well, you know what they did from non-human animals? Hereafter, animals.
Jesus.
So humans are more likely than chance. And it wasn't like we were, we knew every single time.
51% right.
No, look, it's definitely above chance, but it's not slamming it down.
That's excellent.
to be able to predict the mating, which mating calls. Now, we seem to be better at some species than others. So I can't quite see what the patterns are. Like within the birds, there's some we're good at and some we're not good at. Within the mammals, there's some we're good at and not good at. There was some suggestion that maybe there's a bit of an uncanny valley, like we don't want to be good at some species and we're better at others or something like that.
Really? Like a subliminal resistance of some description?
The more that animals had a preference, like if animals themselves in previous studies had shown a really strong preference for that's the sexy call, we were better at identifying those ones. So when the animals themselves had a sort of come and have sex, and it was kind of ambiguous, then we couldn't tell what was better. Okay. But if the animals had come and have sex, and that's the sexy version.
So there's something quite distinctive about those particular breed species, whatever, that they're more emphatic in some way.
Yep, and we're faster too. Like the people reacted faster.
Ribbit.
Yep, that's the one.
Nothing.
like it could be shared ancestry that we've got, but these are species that are a long way apart, like
Just
fruit flies and stuff.
Gonna die alone.
There is some suggestion that a lot of alert calls go across species. Like if you're getting attacked or something like that, then it's beneficial for other species to know, all right, that thing's getting attacked.
That's
bad.
And
so there's a roughness to alert calls in general. Like,
Are you saying there's no roughness to some of the sexy calls? Come on. Animals got their preferences.
That's true.
I'm thinking of warthogs like...
different kind of rough. It's something like... But that clearly there is communication that we can listen to across species. So maybe there's a parallel. Like,
if we can pick a warning, we can pick a come on.
Yeah, exactly. So
in certain species.
So there you go. That made me happy. So I got a second nature sounds story for you. This one, have you heard the research in the past that plants make screams when they're in distress?
I love that idea. I got to be honest, there's something perversely entertaining about it.
Yeah, so they're ultrasonic. We can't hear them.
And I like it because then when someone's getting all vegan or vegetarian at me, I'm like,
plants still scream.
They scream too, you dude.
They still scream.
And you eat them alive. At least I kill mine first.
They seem to be creaks and pops and things like that, but they happen when a plant is in distress, either when it's getting cut or broken or dehydrated or chewed. Yeah,
but cooked.
So these researchers from Tel Aviv University said, well, if something's making a form of communication, would other things be listening? And they thought, well, maybe. So to test this theory, what they said is, could insects potentially hear these sounds that are made by plants, and might they react to that?
I'm going to say yes, because there's got to be something useful to them in that.
Yeah, it seems to be. And the interesting thing is, it's not just that they're detecting other indicators like the plant getting chewed or the plant is dehydrated. They're actually hearing the sounds and reacting to that. So this is from Tel Aviv University. And what they've done is they know that in advance moths will plant their eggs on particular types of plants. They thought there might have been something here that might indicate plants in distress. Okay. So they used the Egyptian cotton leafworm moth. And
Egyptian cotton leafworm moth. That's a lot of nouns.
Egyptian cotton. Well, it's Egyptian cotton.
Egyptian cotton leafworm moth.
Like it's 1,000
5
weaves.
nouns.
It's a 1,000 weave bed sheet.
So it only attacks really good linen.
I think so.
They're monsters.
Those moths would lay their eggs on plants, and they assumed that the females would seek an optimal site to lay their eggs.
Sure.
A healthy plant that might nourish the larvae when they wake up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there's obviously an evolutionary reason for this.
Yeah.
So if the moth is laying their eggs on dehydrated plants, that would not be good. So they did a series of experiments here that gradually isolated what's going on. Okay. First part, the moths were presented with 2 boxes. One featured a speaker playing the ultrasounds of a dehydrated tomato plant, and the other was silent. Now, at this point, the moths demonstrated a preference for laying the eggs with the noises because they're assuming there's no tomato plant in there. So they initially thought, okay,
at least the plant sound means there's a plant.
At least the plant sound means now.
Okay, yeah, well, that makes sense.
Second, when the moth's hearing organs were neutralized, which means...
So when we stabbed it in the ear holes and it couldn't hear anymore?
Yes, puncturing their tympanic membrane. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks, scientists.
We neutralised their hearing apparatus. No, you didn't. You deafened them.
This preference evaporated. So when they can't hear anything, they just go randomly, like they are using their hearing to choose. They just went randomly after that.
Or they're just in so much pain from being stabbed in the ears, they're just doing whatever they want. Anyway.
It's possible. It's possible. I mean, we let it heal.
It is weird, though. I mean, I'm sorry. It already sounded... It never ceases to amaze me the things that scientists do as their work.
Oh, yeah.
And already setting this up is crazy. And it's like, okay, now we've got to selectively and carefully deafen moths.
No, absolutely. If you think that, you describe your job, okay, I spent today getting a tiny deafening moths. Yeah. It's an interesting one. And science does need to do weird things.
Is that a sexy pickup line, though? Like, so what do you do? Oh, I'm a scientist. What did you do today? I was deafening moths. It's like, I got to go. You sound scary.
I don't think you lead with that. I think you lead with, I am discovering things about nature.
I discovered things, yes, okay.
Okay. So next, the moths were presented with 2 healthy tomato plants, one of them playing the sounds of the dehydrated moths, and they preferred to lay their eggs on the silent one. So
ostensibly the plants were the same, but one had the sound associated with dehydration.
Yep, and so they go on to the one that sounds healthy. Again,
That's interesting.
they continue to do this. This time they played ultrasonic mating calls. So the sexy mating calls.
I can do that one. You ready? You ready? That's one.
That was I
know.
No, I think there was a better one. I think you can do it better.
Oh, this one. Yeah, that is a better one. Yeah, I know. I can have to go away for a minute.
That didn't make a difference. So it wasn't the mating calls.
So they're not plant and root, not the same.
No. So basically, all the experiments came together suggest that the moths are listening for the sounds of plants screaming and avoiding them if they can find a better plant.
Wow. But if they can't find any, at least they know it's a plant.
At least they know it's a plant. So they are using it to indicate plant or not plant, and also
And
plant
then
in distress.
quality of plant.
So look, I think the idea that plants make sounds when in distress is still new research. But then to get into the point where, oh no, animals are definitely using them to decide where to put their eggs.
Look, I think that's good, but the real takeaway again is, are you listening, vegans? You're monsters too. It's not just us carnivores. We regularly like to do a bit of fun with animals. That's how we roll. This one is a story that I wasn't quite sure how to classify. It's both fun with animals and unusual kitchen gadgets. So there's some strange or more remarkable dog breeds out there.
Okay.
Like the Otterhound. Have you heard of the Otterhound?
I actually haven't. No.
Really?
Is it catching otters?
Yeah, literally. So it's got like webbed feet and it's got a double thick coat to keep it, I assume, warm and buoyant. And it's a pommy dog. Sorry, English for those of you who don't know what pom means. Developed to help hunt otters. Why are you hunting otters? I don't know, but it would have been the olden days.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. They hunted a lot of things just generally. Is it
Yeah.
out there? Shall we hunt it?
Or it's also like, have you ever been to dinner where someone's put that in a pie? No, then we're going to do
I
it.
was assuming it was more a fur. Like this is for hats, not for pie.
Otters are delicious.
Are they?
I don't know.
Are they?
Well, what are they? Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. Are they predators? They are.
They are predators.
And everyone knows if you eat predator meat, you vomit.
And you get the prions disease.
No, both of us have eaten that in England and we didn't get it yet.
What? But they were accidental predators. I mean, don't turn cows into predators.
Oh, no, that's terrifying.
I mean, they're not designed that way.
My wife just came back from a little hut in the wilderness, surrounded by cows, and at one point she said, there's two adorable cows, the mother and the daughter, or the son, whatever, cowlet, came running up.
Look at you with your biology.
I'm following her story.
Okay.
And she said, they came up and they wanted to say hello and stuff, and she said, fuck me, cows are big. And I was like, they really are.
Look, totally.
Turn that into a predator.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No. Also, apparently not that dumb. And I'm sick, scientist, of you telling me stories about things I find delicious, having personalities, and being able to learn. I want you to tell me that the yummiest things are dumb and basically sentient plants.
I think, spoiler alert, long-term trajectory on that is we'll never find they're dumb enough to make the argument that we're allowed to eat them just because of that.
I'm very, very disappointed.
Science is not going to help on that one.
I'm disappointed. I'm going to have to go to the church for this.
They all scream when they're distressed.
Oh, you're terrible. I need to go. The Commandor. There's a dog. Have you heard of the Commandor?
Commandor?
It's a Hungarian flock guardian.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But basically, it's been described, at least in this source, profuse white cords from head to tail. It looks like mega dreads.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like they really stand out and very specifically designed, cold weather, etc. What about the Werner Pator Kur?
The Werner Herzog dog?
No. Werner Pator Kur. It's the Latin. My Latin accent is perfect.
Uh-huh.
It's Latin for the dog that turns the wheel, or more commonly known as turnspit dogs.
Again?
Turnspit dogs.
What are they turning?
Spits. So before we had automated,
are you
roasting
serious?
machines, etc., open fires, if you wanted to roast meat, you had to constantly turn.
And they got a dog to do it?
Oh, did they ever?
They got a dog to do it?
Did they ever? And quite remarkably, it seems.
Oh.
So apparently, to do this, before this particular kind of dog was bred and trained or whatever it was, the lowest ranking kitchen staff member would turn the spit. Usually that was a young boy. They would stand behind a bale of wet hay to protect them from all the heat that was charging off the fire. But they still usually would end up quite sweaty and covered in blisters from because you're talking hours.
So
just hours of regularly turning the meat around.
There's the solution of torturing a young boy. Or torturing
Which,
an
to
animal.
be fair, is a go-to.
Or torturing an animal. And I get that this is a society that doesn't...
Who said torturing?
Well, hang on. That doesn't care about this. Why not make a longer handle?
What?
Longer handle.
You're not thinking of the cost.
Longer handle.
You're not thinking of the cost. A little sapling like that, a birch switch with a little bit of give in it.
I love That's a solution within the technological grasp of the ancient Latins.
That could cost nearly half a Grassopheth. You can just go down the road to the peasant's house and go, you seem to have excess children.
You, boy.
Give me one.
I know, but handles are pretty cheap.
Not then. There was a run on handles. There was not a glut.
I heard this thing the other day that nails made up 0.5%. No, don't quote that number. It was
of GDP of the US.
Yeah.
I heard that too.
Like you go,
That's a lot of nails.
That's a lot of nails.
Are you nailing nails together?
I know that nails were hard to make in the olden times.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, they're not. I wouldn't be really good at making them now, to be honest, if I had to.
Oh, look, I'd be...
You drop forge it, obviously. So anyway, young boys, etc., standing behind wet bales of hay to protect themselves from the heat. But apparently 1576, in the Book of English Dogs, apparently the first book written about them, that's where they were first mentioned. So the Turnspit was a small dog. It weighed, I've only got this in the old school, 15 to 25 pounds. So that's what, like 8 grams.
Yeah, it's smaller.
It's smaller. It's not a big dog, but it's not the tiniest dog. It's not Chihuahua.
No, it's big.
It's kind of like a Jack Russell or something.
Yeah.
Probably about 8 inches to 12 inches, so about a foot tall. Not huge.
Can it reach the handle?
Doesn't have to. There's a mechanism. Short legs, long backs, stocky bodies, long snouts, short coats, very tight curly tails that curl back over the top of their back.
Okay.
And they were hailed as a major life improvement for people. So they basically had like a little hamster wheel attached to the handle. Probably quite a long handle now.
Yeah, look, I feel like...
They can build a hamster wheel, but not a long handle.
Is this true? Is this true?
Supposedly.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, if you doubt it now. So working conditions in kitchens weren't great in general in the 1500s, 1600s, etc., but particularly not great for dogs. So many were forced to run next to the blazing hot spit roast for hours because, they're a machine.
So they're running on the treadmill.
Yeah. And it was common for the dogs to get, kind of weird bent legs because of the hours on the treadmill. God. And occasionally cooks would be like, well, you're being a bit slow, so they'd throw pepper little hot coals on the ground under their feet to keep them, motivated.
Thank you.
Well, your meat's got to cook evenly. I mean, come on, the master would be mad. We can't have that. And because it was so labour intensive, the dogs would often work in pairs, so they'd swap in and out on the hamster wheel. This dog would be on for a while, and then you do the next shift. Apparently, they're very intelligent though, and very loyal, because dogs give us everything we want, no matter what we do to them.
Dogs being loyal is not a huge surprise.
No, not as a rule. But even when they're treated like this, but apparently, in terms of brain, some sources suggest they didn't necessarily need to be told to tag in and out, like they would swap on their own. They would get a day off occasionally, at least on Sunday mornings, apparently, because the owners would take them to church and use them as foot warmers. It's like, you fucking assholes. And there are suggestions that maybe the origin of the phrase "every dog has its day" may have come from these people. Suggestions. You'd be amazed to hear, that they had some common health issues, as far as I can tell. I know, weird,
yeah.
Right? Weird. They're not 100% sure because people weren't exactly focused on going to the vet and stuff. There probably weren't many vets, but if there were, they're like, this isn't a show dog. And it's fair enough. Like, you don't take your potato peeler to the vet, do you? Or your oven.
They're different things, but
well,
I do take my oven to the oven vet.
You do need to. Your oven is quirky, though. So apparently it definitely, lung issues from breathing a lot of smoke and stuff, etc. Probably, and the bent legs. But weirdly, apparently their life expectancy was pretty solid, 9 to 12 years on the whole.
Okay.
So they lived. Well, they're getting a lot of exercise. They probably got a bit of meat.
Yeah, okay.
A bit of hot coals under the tootsies. Church on Sunday.
I'm still skeptical.
You don't believe the Book of British Dogs?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There are lithographs.
Yeah, right. That's what I'd need to see.
Evidence. So 1750, apparently Turnspit dogs were everywhere in Great Britain. Like, very common. By 1850, not so much. And by 1900, pretty much disappeared because spit-powered machines, clock jacks and things that would turn it mechanically. So they just didn't need them anymore. So apparently after about 1850, if you had a Turnspit dog, you're poor.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're poor. Like, use a dog to turn your meat, as opposed to, holy shit, there's a dog turning your meat.
I mean, now it would be...
Not good.
Cruel but impressive.
Well, maybe they'd enjoy it.
Maybe. I mean, you put them in a nice space, and if they get to eat a bit of the meat each time round or something like that.
Pick the right dog too. Pick an idiot Kelpie that just needs to be moving constantly for 15 hours a day. They might love it.
Well, thanks, old time people.
Oh, well, look, it gets better. So apparently they were ugly little dogs with sullen dispositions and nobody wanted to keep them as pets. So as the machinery took over...
Could this be because they're treated like shit all the way through their lives?
Oh, you're such a soft...
Could it be...
You woke hippie friend of the utensil. That's the tattoo you should get. I love utensils.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, they just weren't particularly popular compared to other dog breeds, and the technology coming in meant people didn't care about them. So basically they're extinct. They just don't exist anymore.
And there's never been a Jurassic Park where we bring these dogs back?
There hasn't yet been.
I mean, that's Jurassic Park 7. Bring back the Turnspit dogs.
Kitchen
Park
dog.
8?
10. 15. Whatever.
They don't do numbers, so how could we count? But
impossible. They don't exist anymore. They reckon the closest relatives are like Welsh Corgis and the Glen of Imal Terrier, so little long back.
So the Queen.
Hardworking
The Queen.
Dog. The Queen. Yeah. They have a taxidermied one called Whiskey in a castle in Wales, so you can go and see a taxidermied Turnspit dog in Wales if you're so inclined.
I will go and look.
You should go and look.
At some point in my life,
Go
I
and
might.
look. Go to Wales.
Travis Kalanick, the founder of Uber, no longer works there because the workplace was not described as brilliant. But anyway, this is not the point of the story here.
Shocked.
He's recently appeared on an All-In podcast with a bunch of other people from the Silicon Valley startup tech world.
Yep.
Jason Calacanis and Chamath Palihapitiya. What they're talking about is the future of technology, and that's the kind of stuff they're covering in the podcast.
Future of technology? Technology is the future, man. Whoa. Everyone says so.
Well, I'll come to that. But anyway, Travis Kalanick was talking about his use of AI. And he's like, I'll go down this thread with ChatGPT or Grok, and I'll start to get to the edge of what's known in quantum physics. And then I'm doing the equivalent of vibe coding. Now, just to pause for a sec, vibe coding is a form of coding it's come to prominence in 2025, where you use an AI assistant and you sort of code and you say, I want it to do something like this and I want it to do something like that. And they get into this weird flow state.
Let's back and forth a little.
Not actual coding
No.
and getting the machine to do all of the work. So you don't actually know what's going to happen. It's not secure. But it's just the vibe. You're sort of coding the vibe.
I'm not against that in principle.
So Kalanick says, I'm doing the equivalent of vibe coding, except it's vibe physics.
Well, that's what most physicists call it, though. To be fair, he's just saying what they all do.
So Kalanick is like, and we're approaching what's known. I'm trying to poke, and this is, remember, his conversations with Grok or ChatGPT or something like that, trying to poke and see if there's breakthroughs to be had. And I got pretty damn close to some interesting breakthroughs just doing that.
Oh, I got PDQ. I got so close. You could just tell the vibe.
I pinged Elon at some point.
We've all done that.
I'm just like, dude, if I'm doing this and I'm a super amateur hour physics enthusiast, what about those PhD students and postdocs that are super legit using this tool? So,
this is that classic that the AI has a magical homunculus with a brain in it.
Well, Elon, in a different thread, has said, this is how I felt when using Grok 4, asking Grok 4 questions about material science that are not in any books or on the internet.
And white racism in South Africa.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Same thing. And
Mecha Hitler. Aside from all that. So, look, there is a thread here amongst these sorts of enthusiasts in the Silicon Valley world. Elon Musk is one of these. Travis Kalanick is pointing in this direction. There are others that I'll come to in a second.
Yep.
Where they're like, okay, whether it's intelligence or not, or an artificial general, it's getting close to being able to make discoveries in physics.
And of course they'd know that because the vibe.
So look, I just wanted to
book review.
Call bullshit on that, but then point to someone who called bullshit really well, because this is something I really recommend people read, because it's just a great examination of the whole world that people are working in Silicon Valley and their ideas. So this is Adam Becker's More Everything Forever. So it came out 2025, earlier this year. I've just finished reading it, and I wanted to give it such a shout out. I'm gonna start by reading the blurb on the back of this.
Okay.
The junk science and sinister ideas behind Silicon Valley's foolish obsession with immortality, AI paradise, and limitless growth. Tech billionaires have decided that they should determine our futures for us. According to Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Sam Altman, and more, the only good future for humanity is one powered by fantastical technology. Trillions of humans living in space, functionally immortal, served by super intelligent AIs.
I'm cool so far.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. This is the thing.
And then?
Those things sound awesome. They sound awesome. But if you are actually a believer in actual science, and Adam Becker he's a science writer now, but he's did his PhD in physics.
Yep. We didn't need to, AI. What a waste of time. How embarrassing for Adam. So this is just him justifying his waste of time.
The thing is, in More Everything Forever, science writer Adam Becker investigates these wildly implausible and often profoundly immoral visions of tomorrow to reveal why, in reality, there is no good evidence they'll come to pass.
Yep.
The giants of Silicon Valley claim that their ideas are based on science, but the truth is darker. They come from a jumbled mix of shallow futurism and racist pseudoscience. Now, I just wanted to...
What's the downside?
Now, see, this is the thing. You know, there is a vision that is sold by the people in Silicon Valley that, one, as many of us hold, technology will solve all sorts of problems.
Yeah. Not all sorts, all.
All, yes.
All problems.
And this is becoming more and more prominent, particularly among the super AI enthusiasts.
Yep.
So Elon Musk is definitely part of that, but Sam Altman and the others, that AI, we need to get AI first, and that can solve climate change. It can solve all sorts of health problems, sorts of...
It'll even get them a girlfriend.
Even get them a girlfriend. Look, Elon Musk seems to be able to get...
No, he didn't get girlfriends.
Yeah, okay.
Deposit banks. I know, it's not great.
But the thing is, for all of their love of science, and these are people who would reflexively identify as science enthusiasts. They love what science can do for the world. They will never listen to the actual limits that science says. That science, for example, says, the climate is changing and we're destroying the world. Or that there might be functional limits to, like our bodies...
Telomeres can only grow so long and for so...
Or that we will never have the ability to move beyond the speed of light. Like the energy required for all of these things are utterly delusional. But the problem of all of this vision, this idea from a bunch of these tech enthusiasts, is that, we build the AGI, artificial general intelligence, that allows us to colonize the solar system and then the galaxy and then the universe.
And then we
can ignore all these problems.
Everyone knows if you make it bigger, it will get better. And there's no limit to that.
But they also ignore heat death of the universe.
Some of them worry about that because they think they're going to be there.
Well, no, they do.
They think they're going to be there.
We're going to be so immortal. And remembering the heat death of the universe comes... It takes a long time to say the trillion years into the future.
Also, it doesn't happen instantly. You're suffering for a long time before you get there.
But there is a tech solution to this, and it is fine when people are. It's fine for people to fantasize. To go. It'd be great to live in a universe like Star Wars where we colonize the universe. I'm totally down with that.
Ian M. Banks's Culture series, all these awesome, wonderful, amazing, interesting visions.
It would be great. It's also great to raise possible ideas and go, okay, what would it be like if this kind of thing? But at some point, when we're building machines and we're in charge of trillion-dollar companies, we have to be grounded in the world that says, hang on, we have problems in the actual world.
You're such a buzzkill.
No, I'm not a buzzkill.
What do you want to do?
I'm supporting Adam Becker's buzzkill.
Buzzkill Becker.
Don't call him. It's just we have actual problems in the world right now, and this idea that we can postpone them all just by doing more computation is just so dumb and so dangerous.
No. Right on the edge of the AI are answers we didn't even think to have questions for. How do you not realise that? You know how I know that to be true? Because the people who write the code, they don't even know what's going on. So it must be amazing.
No, they don't.
So it must be amazing.
They're vibe coding the damn thing all the way down. And here's the thing.
It must be amazing.
Vibe physics cannot work because you need to test against the real world.
Oh, come on.
You need to test the physics that you are doing against the real world, and you need to do hard work there.
No, You're not my real dad. I can do whatever I want.
But the dumb, there's a chunk where Elon Musk is like, no, we're running out of data from the internet, so we can just use synthetic data. So you get an AI to generate synthetic data
and then analyze it.
And it's like you're just going into your own butthole.
This is a circle jerk of phenomenal proportions. This is going to be the actual singularity, the circle jerk that goes.
Maybe they circle jerk themselves so much that they all just disappear in a cloud of.
That's amazing.
Orgiastic terribleness. So look, there you go. Huge endorse. I think it's a great work. I think it's a really important book.
So is it More Everything Forever by Adam Becker?
More Everything Forever.
You finished reading it?
I finished reading it.
Give it to me.
Yeah, I'll give it to you in physical version.
And I will bring you, when I've nearly finished, my book that I could review, Narrative Economics.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's actually not bad.
So look, I think science can do an awful lot of things.
Yeah.
But there are also limits, and science tells us those limits, and maybe we should build a world that is nice.
Then we just listen to the philosophers and the poets.
Yes. A little bit of science is your little bit of science.
Yes.
If you want to support it and help other people to get their little bit of science, what do?
They need to give us a 12-star review. They need to tell their friends. They should also send us emails. I think it works now.
Yes, it does.
cheers@alittlebitofscience.com.au. And just, questions, suggestions, I don't know, love songs are good.
And we're also on Twitch. Obviously.
We're getting there with
Twitch. Getting there, but it's Friday afternoons. Friday afternoons, generally the time will be there, unless shit gets in the way.
3 to 3:30-ish.
Stuff. And that's in Australian daylight, etc.
Yeah, East Coast.
Love yous all.